Well, friendships. I think this is one of those topics that hit a chord with many of our readers this week. Lisa Whittle's inspirational entry this week on friendships was awesome, and there was a lot of wisdom in it. So I encourage you to go back and read it again if you haven't read it yet. But this morning, as I was reading through her inspirational entry, again, I kind of noticed a theme throughout it, and I just wanted to talk about these two things that I saw throughout her entry. The first one was on boundaries, having the right type of boundaries when it comes to not only girlfriend type relationships, but any type of relationship. I think sometimes we tend to put people on pedestals and we look up to them and we think, oh, they're so awesome, they're so great. And then the second that that person does something to disappoint us, it's like our little world comes crumbling down because we've had this very unhealthy boundary with someone. Maybe it's being in communication too much throughout the day. Maybe it's the texting, maybe it's emails, maybe it's writing on Facebook walls, and just not having a good, healthy boundary when it comes to relationships in our lives. And then the second thing that I noticed Lisa was sharing this week in her entry was having the right perspective. I think that a lot of times, okay, wait, let me back up. I know that God has created all of us for this need for relationships in our lives. Even though I'm a person that I can be alone, I cannot talk to someone all day long and be perfectly okay with that. But I have other friends that they have to talk to someone like every couple hours or they feel like super disconnected from the world. But having a healthy perspective where I can kind of go off the deep end and just kind of close everyone out from my life. And then the opposite side of having to need people in your life all the time is two very unhealthy perspectives when it comes to relationships. And having that perspective of right in the middle of, I know God has designed me to do life with people and to have community with people, but I also know that people were never meant to fill a void that only God can fill in my life. I think is a really healthy perspective. So those were the two things that I noticed from her inspirational entry. I'd love for you to share some thoughts underneath this video blog of maybe things that you're struggling through with relationships. We're here to talk this out today and the rest of this week. And so if you have something you want to talk about, I'll be around the rest of this week in the comment section. But I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the ways that you are developing healthy boundaries and a healthy perspective when it comes to your relationships that you have in your life now? I'll talk to you later.